Yeah, g'day everyone and welcome back to the Gold Coast Titans Frontline podcast. My name's Dane from Clarkey's Rugby League column, joined every week by my co-host Russ from Dani and Blake. Made another tough week. Officially, we dropped to 16th on the ladder. Only the Eels are going lower. They're only lower than us because of 4 against, though. But it was nice to catch up with you for Magic Round, mate. Let's start on a
positive. How good is Magic Round? Magic Round is the best weekend in the Rugby League calendar. Straight up, I know the result wasn't good and we got pumped. We expected to go there and not win. We didn't think we were going to win, but yeah, it was a great weekend for sure. Some sore heads.
Oh, definitely, mate. I can't say I'm too let down, though. I remember we caught up for the game at Leichhardt last year against the Tigers where we fully expected to win and botched the game. Yep. That hurt. This week, I was kind of like, well, Bulldogs are first. Like, they're a very good team. We were coming off 4 losses in a row, that is, at that time. So I actually wasn't too disappointed, mate. And
it's what we sort of expected, wasn't it? And like you look at, we versed Bulldogs round 2, our first game of the year, and it was pretty much a replica. Really, like I think it was they scored 6 and we scored 4 in that game as well. So like, pretty much the same game.
Yeah, well, that kind of moves perfectly into our next little segment, the grading our performance. I'm going to go a flat D, and I know people will have it lower, but this is why I'm going a D. Now, on one hand, there was no improvement as a side since our opening game against the Bulldogs. I know we lost that 40-24, so statistically, at least, we did improve by 6 in the 4 and against department. But the general feel of the game, like you said, was absolutely the same. Yeah. For me, a few nice moments, mostly overwhelming and just well off the pace, like never really a threat. The only reason, Russ, I won't give us a flat E, because we did lose our halfback in the first few minutes, and that hurts any side, right?
100%. And like, obviously, we had BK kicking, and he's not the best kicker. But like he's our 4th string kicker. If you look at it, he's our 4th string kicker. We kick 4 goals. We go to 20, 24, 38. Like it was 4 tries to 6. Really, that's essentially what it was.
Yeah, we said that at full time when they brought the stats up. You and I were like, well, really, if we kick a few goals, like that score doesn't look so ugly.
It wasn't that bad. Yeah.
I wonder, like, obviously the Bulldogs were by far the better team. I'm not even going to begin to make excuses that we should have won, but I just wonder if we didn't lose our halfback early because Weaver's our goal kicker as well.
And he was our main guy that would have been most for our kicking game as well. Like I feel like that we lacked. Like Brimson, he's got a kicking game, but it's not a dominant kicking game. And when we found ourselves close to the line, we found ourselves with Tino doing an attacking kick. Yeah, it paid off. It fluked and paid off, but like a prop shouldn't be taking a last tackle attacking kick. You know what I mean?
100%. That was one area where we thought with Matt Burton gone, we had to excel with the long kicking game instead. And then we go ahead and lose our main kicker in the first few minutes. So super disappointing. But look, I'm going a D. What would you grade it for?
Yeah, I'm about the same, man. D minus. Like I can't give us an E because I feel like we were worse last week. Yeah. Bulldogs are coming first for a reason. Still to score 4 tries against them isn't the worst, but conceding 6 tries is just, we're never going to win games.
Yep. No, that's the exact thing. Like we know we can score points, but until we really tidy up those defensive lapses, we're not gonna put ourselves in any sort of position to win a game. 100%. We'll move into our Titans news segment. Now, I've got a note here regarding Dave Fifita, and the reason why he was supposedly dropped via NRL 360 is because he wanted to play left side, not right side. But as we now know, he's actually been ruled out indefinitely with that ankle injury. So I suppose there was a big debate to be had with us and our listeners as to whether we bring him back, but it's not a point anymore. So Dave out indefinitely. Tommy Weaver, that head injury was deemed Category 1, so unavailable this round, but is offsetted slightly by the return of Jaden Campbell. And a big shout out to Moeki Fotuaika, Russ. He'll play his 150th game this week in Newcastle.
Oh, wow.
And he's still only 25 years old, so he could easily
come through the games, eh? He could get to 300 games easy, how he's going.
Well, he was he reminded me a lot of like when the Saifidi twins came through for the Knights. You forget they're so young because they debuted as 18-year-olds in a time where the club was struggling. Moe was the same for us, realistically.
Was he 18 or 19? He would have been young because he's been going around for 6-7 years easy. So
yeah.
Good on Mo. Hopefully we can turn up and put up a result for his 150th, man. So
yeah, no, love Big Moe, and congratulations to him on that milestone. Let's dive more into the game. So officially we do lose to the Bulldogs, 38 points to 18. Look, I'm just going to say it again, Russ. Start to games. We were down 12-0 after the first 12 minutes. We were conceding more than a point per minute.
Yeah.
The left side as well. 4 of the 6 tries down our left side. I feel.
What
can you say?
Like, I know the guy's 10 foot tall, and he was jumping every time. Poor Loffy. Like, the defense was bad on that side, but he was jumping over the top of him every time. Like, it'll get to the point where Loffy wasn't even competing anymore because he was never going to win. Mm-hmm. And credit to it, that was their game plan, and it absolutely smashed us.
So I had a really, really hot take in the off season. I basically said to people, depending on how Carter Gordon progresses, I love Fiona Khan-Pereira can't be in our 17. Now that's massive because he's obviously our greatest try scoring weapon we've got, and he's on his way to be our top ever try scorer.
Yeah.
But I had Sammy and Jojo Fafita as the wings. And I had Carter Gordon and maybe Kelly or someone else as the other. But the point was that Loffy, for all of his good in attack, and he did score, it's always the defense. And I'm not saying it was all his fault. It was the left side as a whole.
Yeah.
I just question whether we can persist with Kelly.
I see that too. Yeah, he definitely attacking, awesome, but like defense, we've always lacked on that left side. Look at Greg Marzu, for example. Like that left side has always been our Achilles heel, and it's always our defense has been terrible on that side.
100%, man. I'll go to our discipline as well. We had 2 sin bins there. Look, we got to half time though, Russ. I mean, we're down 8-14. Like genuinely, we were 1 converted try out of it, a chance to fully reset. And let's get off to a great start this half. This game is ours for the taking.
Yeah,
we then
you go.
Well, we do even worse. We concede 18 points this time in the first 30 minutes. So our start to halves is just terrible at the moment. There's nothing else you can say, right?
Yeah, well, that's like we were chatting at halftime, going, we don't look too bad for a play that's been like we've lost our half, and we're like, we're sort of in this. You know what I mean? Like we were never like that confident, but we're like, we're in this a bit, and then straight away. No good. We don't turn up second half and game's over.
Yep, that's literally it.
Literally, they scored in the 44th and 48th minute. Like that was it. The first 10 minutes gone. Game over.
Especially while we're missing kicks. That's it's 3 tries we need now all of a sudden. And I know that I've sort of had this take over the last few weeks that we can score points, but I went back and had a closer look. We're only really scoring points when oppositions let their guard down. Now, 16-0 we get out against the Raiders. We catch them by surprise. Then they get back into the game with tough footy, and we only score once more the whole game. Against the Dragons, we scored 2 of our 3 tries in that game when it was already over and the result was known. And the week before that in the Dolphins game, we only scored 2 tries. That was also when the game was already over. So now I'm starting to, I know we've always said the Titans can attack, but we don't defend that well. Now I'm genuinely starting to question our attack as well because I think we're even lacking in that department. Easy to score points.
2 of our tries this week, like Khan-Pereira and I'm pretty sure Fermore's first try, they're off of breakaways. They were off a Bulldogs mistake, length of the field tries, pretty much. So, you got to say, that's just the Bulldogs making a mistake. That wasn't our attack.
Yep. And some coaches always say, good, if you work hard enough, you'll get lucky.
Yes.
But I don't even think we were working.
You can't rely on it.
Exactly. You're spot on there. You can't rely on that as your method to victory. Back to this game specifically, 7 line breaks to 1. I can forgive the 1 offensively because we didn't have a halfback. I'll forgive that. But defensively, I'll give you a number. 7 line breaks conceded is higher than any other NRL team averages so far this year. So we were above the worst the best statistics on the other side of any team. So not good at all there. We also struggled in kick return meters, 283 for them. So keep in mind, guys, that's when we've kicked to them. Their fullback or wingers have got the ball and ran the full field and back almost 3 times.
And I feel like we've been lacking in that department a lot. That's where we're missing Kinney a lot. He's running for 250 a game, and that's what we need. You know what I mean? Loffy, he's a smaller body. He doesn't get those meters. Tony Francis gave it a crack. He probably did the majority of them, I'm guessing, out of the back 3. But yeah, we're definitely lacking. When you look at like Kiraz, for example, he would have run for 220 meters out of his back end. And that's what we need. That's what we're lacking, because that puts them on the back foot straight away. And if you get a good kick in play, that's how you turn over teams. And we don't get that.
That's literally what Brian Toe has done for so many years 100%. Now, the Panthers, to make them the best. Not only were we missing that, you factor in missing Kinney, we're missing Jojo. They're big meter eaters for us. So I felt we really struggled there. But my final cherry on top is as simple as this. We had 2 sin bins. I don't think we're going good enough right now as a football side to compete with most sides 13 on 13. If we're going to give up a sin bin, we're going to give away the game. We really have to tidy up that discipline. Because if it was last round, I would have forgiven us. But there wasn't as many sin bins this round. I think there was only 6. We were 2 of them.
We got 2 of them.
We've got to be better in that area, mate. Let's go to 3-2-1s. I'll let you go first.
I reckon our 3 will be the exact same. I'm giving it to Big Bo Fermor. He gets 3. He's got 2 tries again. He's playing out of his skin. Definitely deserves a Queensland spot. So he gets my 3. Tino gets my 2. I think you'll be the exact same, mate. He's trying his guts. He had like 17 runs again, 38 tackles or something. Just doesn't really make any errors. Had a try assist too. And I'm going to go Mo as well for my 1. Solid performance. He played less meters than less minutes than RCG played like 66 minutes this game. He only played like 60, but did double the workload. That's all I'm going to say.
So I've got similar to you. My 3-2-1 in order is Tino, Bo, and then Mo. For Tino, again, I can see why he's only getting you 2, because it does feel he's not having real impact like he used to. It just feels like he's getting through stats. But I went through and had a look. He had the most runs for our side, the second most meters. He had more post-contact meters than Regan Campbell-Gillard had meters outright. He had the equal second most tackle breaks. He had the most offloads, and he had the second most tackles. So although there wasn't that impact, like we didn't feel Tino getting over the top of people and, getting us.
You can still feel his presence there all the time, but you know what I mean? You always notice him on the field. He's always going to get votes.
And honestly, I think we should just post him or maybe
him or Bo. Him or Bo are they're going to win it already. Straight up.
100%.
There's no one even close to them.
That's the way it's shaping up. Of course, Bo for me. Look, he had the 2 drop balls, and that is a bit of a concerning theme in Bo's game for me, because if you go back and have a look all through the years, he has always made typically at least 1 error a game with a drop ball. But outside of that, can't fault him. Very good 80 minutes. And Moe, as you said, 41 tackles, 0 missed. The big fella gets through work. It's tough to have impact, I suppose, for us at the moment because we're always on the back foot. But, man, if we can get back to good footy, like between him and Tino, in the middle there, we can get over the top of sides.
Yes, 100%. Like they are doing their work. They are trying. Like Mo and Tino are laying the platform. We're just doing nothing with it.
It's tough to fold our forwards at the moment. They're having a crack, and it's not like sides are going through us. Like if all the Bulldogs forwards were scoring against us, like they did against the Rabbitohs on Good Friday, it'd be upsetting. But the reality is, 4 of their 6 tries came out wide on our left hand side.
They all came on that left side.
So I'm okay with how our forwards are going. Affiliates recap time, mate. Tweed defeat the Western Clydesdales 36-12. So great to see Tweed get a win there. But this is a little bit shocking. The Ipswich Jets lose to the Northern Pride 32-0. We were top 4 and the Pride had not won a game all season. We get Dave Fafita drop back and they beat us 32-0. So Dave Fafita, mate, he had 9 runs for 53 meters. 3 tackle breaks, 19 tackles for 0 missed, and 1 error. He played the full 80. That's not enough, is it?
It's not enough. There's something going on there.
Maybe the ankle was
ankle. Yeah, he's gone now from an ankle, but you just don't know, do you?
I just don't know why he played then. There's no point.
Why would he play like 50 meters for 8 runs or 9 runs?
9 runs.
What's that?
If you're injured, you're injured. Like when Nico Hines gets injured for the Sharks, who's one of their star players, you don't see him go back and play for the Newtown Jets whilst he's injured and then pull out a week later.
Just doesn't happen.
What management? What is our? It's so hard not to question the coaches when you hear that. Like other coach does that, Russ. No other coach says, "Alrighty, mate, you're not playing that well. Go back and play reserve grade," and then. Even though he's injured, it's like, just play a game anyway.
There is reports that he wanted to play on the right,
Yes, yes.
But Des has come out and said, no, Beau Fermor's, he's been our best player. Why would I move him? Which I agree with, to be honest. 100%. Why would you move Beau when he's probably been our best player this year?
Yep.
And that's where it's all stemmed from. And Des has gone, well, then go play a game in reserve grade if you want to play on the right.
And let me remind people as well, Beau has always been a left side back rower. When he came back from his ACL last year, he started on the right-hand side because he was a team-first player and he earned the right to play his preferred side.
Correct.
We've been saying it all year for Dave, really besides that Dragons game, go out there and earn it. Whether it was the left back row spot or a starting back row spot, in any case, we've been saying, go out there and earn it, Dave, because we know you can. The only thing I can say is if he withheld the ankle injury from the coaching staff, then that's a forgivable situation. But it's just strange, mate.
Yeah, it is.
Reserve standout this week, though, mate, from Tweed is Jacob Arlek-Winke. He had 1 try, 21 runs for 233 metres, a line break for 23 tackles and 1 miss. So a brilliant game there by Jacob. And look, even if Dave wasn't injured, realistically, Jacob overtook him in the depth department with a display like that.
I don't know how Jacob hasn't really had a crack this year because he's been going pretty good in Cup. So
yeah,
honestly,
he's been getting big minutes too,
and he's been scoring a lot of tries. So
you know what I hate?
How he's not even getting, huh?
I hate to say this, man, but this has been the most typical thing. He's playing 80 minutes and good in reserve grade. We'd put him on bench and give him 10 minutes towards the end of the game.
Well, look at our bench again, man. Look at our bench. I don't think anyone cracked 20 minutes, and that was with an injury. We had an injury in the first 3 minutes. I know Randall went and played in the halves, but still, we had players, like we had 4 on the bench to come on and still rotate, 20 minutes each? If that, 15?
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Changes were used between Mo and Tino.
Yeah, even RCG playing 60 minutes, but only running for 80 meters. Like, some of our bench players could have done more. You know what I mean? If they had the more minutes, 100%.
Yep, especially if they were fresh, because Reggie's a big boy. He gets that momentum. But
that's it.
If you're fatigued, you're fatigued. We actually can talk team list this week because we're recording a day later due to Magic Round. Jojo Fafita returns on the wing with Tony Francis dropping to 18th man, and Jaden Campbell comes in at halfback again. He replaces the injured Tommy Weaver. Chrissy Randall moves to the bench. Cleese Haas to back row. The only really change I'm going to say here, Russ, and as I've been saying it all year, really, sorry, not all year, but at least the last 3 weeks, Tino to prop alongside Mo, Chrissy Randall to lock, and RCG off the bench.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
We're not getting enough out of RCG.
Yeah, it's massive that we have Jaden Campbell back.
Yep.
Goal kicker, we need him. And just general kicking game, that's massive for us. What would I change? Mate, I would start Arlek-Winke. I would have started him over Cleese Haas. Back row. Give him a chance. If he's playing these good 80 minutes, give him a chance. What do we have to lose right now?
Well, let's think about it. Cleese Haas, the week before he got recalled, had 50-something meters in Queensland Cup. So Jacobs just ran 4 times that and more. Yeah. And he made more tackles in that effort as well.
And he scored a try as well.
And he scored a try.
Like, come on. So what's the guy got to do?
Yep. Let's give him, at least
give him 80 minutes. Give him 80 minutes with the Titans. Why not?
Yep. Yeah, we've got nothing to lose at this point.
That's right.
Staring down the barrel, 6 losses in a row.
Yep.
I like where your head's at there. Let's add a segment in this week, man. Let's talk about roster management because it's clear we need some changes. Like we're not going to win a premiership with the current 17 and top 30.
And it's been said that the Titans want a bit of a clean out as well. So there's no secrets there. So yeah, you want to look at who's off contract? Is that right?
I reckon let's leave the talk of who we should move on or re-sign from our side. We'll talk about that later in the year. I feel like there's good merit in those discussions, but it's also pretty negative, right? Because we're saying, we don't want this player at the club essentially in the future. I dare say our listeners could probably scroll through and guess 80% correct at the moment anyway. So we'd just be spewing negativity for the sake of it. I'll start with this. Sam Stevenson, Zane Harrison, and Jojo Fafita, according to the official NRL website, are only signed until the end of this year. They are 3 players we need to lock down ASAP, if that's correct.
100%. Like,
absolutely
100%. Like, Zane Harrison and Sam Stevenson, like, they're young. They need to be, we need to re-sign them straight up.
We can't afford to lose Zane Harrison. That's first and foremost.
No way.
And we don't want a Lachlan Galvin situation where he plays a few years for us and then wants out. We need to really make sure 100%. Let's talk potential recruits now. Now, for our listeners, I did ask Russ earlier today, hey, can you please name me 3 players that are off contract at the end of this year, so available to talk to us right now? And those 3 players you've got from me, mate. So which 3 players did you land on for potential recruits and why?
Tom Starling. I looked at him straight away, and I look what he's doing at the Raiders. Mate, he's so agile from dummy half. He's just so electric, and he's doing so well for the Raiders. You look at them; they're coming second. No one expected the Raiders to come second, and he just gives good service to his halves. I feel like he would be really good, and especially with players like Jaden Campbell, Kinney, like that fast pace will make it even faster. So I feel like that he would be a really good fit for us. He's off contract. KPP, I feel like I don't know what's going on with this Fafita situation. Like, there's obviously something going on, but if something's going on and potentially he's not going to be there next year or whatever's happening, I feel like he could be a good player. He plays very much similar to Dave Fafita, good offload, good attacking back rower. So I feel like he could be a good player. That's Kai Pearce-Paul, if anyone didn't know, for the Knights. And then the last one would be Adam Reynolds. Now, he's only got 1 more year left this is his last year left at the Broncos. And I know he's like 35, but I feel like that's what we need just for 1 year, especially for a player like Zane Harrison, who we want to bring to be our half long-term. Someone like, I don't think DCE will come to us, and we don't want, not saying we don't want him, but we know what happened before. All Titans fans remember what happened before. But Adam Reynolds, for example, could be perfect just for like more teaching purposes. Also, awesome half. He's playing out of his skin this year for the Broncos. So why not give him a 1-year contract and more for teaching?
Yeah, I don't mind the Reynolds shout at all, because if the Broncos don't have the salary cap space to re-sign him, realistically, on a 1-year deal, if you're Adam Reynolds, you probably don't want to remove your whole family to Sydney or to another club located anywhere but where you are now. And we are the closest club to him. So I like that shout. For my first one, I went the opposite. I went the way of youth, which could be controversial because, of course, we do have Zane Harrison there, but I always feel depth is good. Tom Duffy from the North Queensland Cowboys. He was the halfback of the year last year for Queensland Cup. I just don't feel like he got the best timing with his opportunity this year for the Cowboys. You know, he kind of debuted at the start when they were struggling and they were out of form. I look at Jake Clifford. You know, he's been handy for the Cowboys, but I don't look at him coming into the side as the reason they kind of, you know, went on this resurgence and had a winning streak in their, you know, last 5 or so games. So I think Tom Duffy could be a really good signing for us, and I think realistically he might feel like, okay, well, with Jackson Purdue playing so well in the Centres and him being a half, I'm not even the next choice now, so I need to look at other clubs.
3rd or 4th string now, so. And you never know. It could be like a Panthers with Isaiah Katoa. You know, he was never going to get a run with Panthers. Goes up to Dolphins. It's taken him a while, but this year, mate, killing it.
Yep. And if it takes a while, it takes a while. I'd rather be patient and get it right.
I like that, yeah.
Zach Labour was my second choice, also from the North Queensland Cowboys. Before he injured his ACL last year, I had him down as my top rookie of that class. He was really impressive. He was scoring. He was breaking tackles. He could play left side. He could play right side. And he is a quality, consistent centre. He's not a game-breaking centre like a Katoni Staggs. He's just quality and consistent. And that is what we are crying out for.
And you know what? Like, there's been a lot of talk that centres could be changing with the Titans like wingers. Yeah, so why not? He was a gun last year before he got injured.
Yeah, he was awesome. He's shown really good promise. My third option was the same as one of yours. I had Tom Starling. Just as you said, really explosive. If you have a strong forward pack, you want an explosive hooker that can get out and get the meters. And we thought Sammy Verrills was going to be that guy based on what we've seen from him at the Roosters. Hasn't really panned out. He's been more of a defensive hooker for us. So I think someone like Tom Starling that's very attack-orientated could be huge.
I reckon.
We spoke earlier this year that we want to play that fast brand of attacking footy. And if it's slow out of the ruck or it's not explosive out of the ruck, it hurts us already because we have essentially 2 halfbacks playing in the halves with Jaden Campbell and AJ. So I think if we bring Tom Starling, we can go all out attack and we can actually pressure sides of that attack and fatigue them, make them work harder defensively. So nice to see Tommy Starling on both of our lists there, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Alrighty, game preview time, Friday, 6 p.m. versus the Knights, guys. We're at McDonald Jones Stadium, and I will start with an unfortunate stat. We've played 16 times at their ground. We've only won 4 times, and the last win was in 2016. So we're coming on almost. Yeah, if we don't win this, it'll be 10 years since we had a win there. I know we defeated them earlier this year, Russ, but we've lost 5 our last 6.
That was our best game we've played this year too against them. Definitely. We let in 1 try. We what do we win? Like 26-6 or something?
Like we only let that try in at the very end.
Right at the end too. And we were at Magic Round this week and we saw the Knights play, and they were one of my standout teams for the week. They actually played really well. That's not a good stat that we want, is it? Really?
No, it's not. I had the Knights as my most impressive, and everyone said, "Oh, they beat a half-strength Rabbitohs side. How can you say they were the most impressive?" And I said,
they dominated them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly right. It's how they beat them. It's not that they did beat them. It's how. And the fact they were able to pile 30 points on them, to me, does scare me, because they do only average 12 points on average per game so far this year. But they've just scored 30 at Magic Round, and we are conceding an average of 31 points per game. So if they only score 12 points against us, let me just say this, Titans fans, and I'm sorry, I'll be shocked. This is a game where they will get over 20 points, I believe, and I'm not sure we can score that.
They were explosive. Like Fletcher, Sharp, and Ponga, they smashed Souths.
Yeah.
Just the 2 of them.
I'm coming in this game, Russ, and you know what? We're coming off 5 losses in a row. I'm just hoping we can keep this game close. I'm not even coming in and thinking we can win. I just want to keep it close. And, we went on that losing streak last year. It was Raiders, Manly, and I feel like there's another close game in there, Storm at home. And then we finally won in New Zealand and got our first win of the year. If that's what it takes to get us somewhat on track, we've got to have a few close losses to get confidence.
So be it, yeah.
Yeah, so be it. Like, it's not the best way to do it.
We don't want to be getting pumped every game.
Exactly right. My concern for me, though, is let's say we get out to an early lead like we did against the Raiders. I've got no evidence we can maintain it. And we can't defend for periods long enough to allow a comeback, in my opinion, if they do get out to a head start. We saw against the Bulldogs. We were in at halftime, and then we let them score 18 points in 13 minutes. So my key to victory, the only thing I could single out here is don't expect a win via the repeat of what happened in round 3. Because in that game, they made 18 errors and their completion rate was 67%.
They were terrible that game, yeah.
If we're coming into this one, Russ, and we're thinking, we've beat these guys this year,
no,
it's not going to be the same game. We need to earn it a lot more in that.
We have beat them, but I honestly, I probably give us a 3 out of 10 winning.
You know what's scary as well? I went through the rest of the stats thinking, did we dominate tackle breaks? Did we dominate post-contact meters gained, line breaks? The stats were actually eerily similar in our first meeting. The only difference was literally their completion rate to ours. And that was self-imposed. We defended really well. I'll give us that credit.
We did. That was our best game we played, for sure, this year.
Yeah. And a lot of the errors were kind of self-imposed, though. Did you get that feel?
Yeah, they were. Now, I'm trying to remember the game, and they were horrendous. They dropped the ball so many times in that.
Yeah, they were short of a few players. We've got injuries as well. Another big one, though, we're missing Keanu McKinney from that game, and he was massive in that game. I don't think I can suggest anything for a key to victory other than sort out defense. We defended well against them, all things considered, and even considering their errors in round 3. And then we defended pretty well the next week against the Roosters as well. I know they had some issues, but if we can just focus on our defense and get that right, and we get this into a low-scoring, grindy affair, we can actually give ourselves a chance.
I reckon we can. I reckon we've definitely got more of a chance versus the Knights than what we did against the Bulldogs this week.
Yep.
I think Jaden Campbell is the key to success this week. He's just his kicking game and game management. We've been lacking. We've been saying that we're when's Foran back? When's JC back? Because we've needed that dominant half. AJ is a running 5'8". He's not a dominant half. And Weaver's done a job, but Jaden Campbell's one of our big time players. We've needed him in our game. We need his kicking game. So if we're going to win, it's on the back of his kicking game.
I like that call. And what I'll say to the opposite for that is with AJ Brimson. Mirror what Fletcher Sharp did last round. He was literally a second fullback out there. He wasn't looking to pass. He was only looking to run. And he scored a hat trick. And he looked really dangerous against the Bunnies. Let Jaden Campbell be the one that slows it down, gets the kicking game right, picks his moments. And AJ, when you got the ball, think run first. Give us that second layer to our attack. and hopefully we can take care of it from there. But I'm with you, mate. I'm probably, sorry, Titans fans, but I'll go a 3 out of 10. I don't think it's completely impossible we win, but I don't have any evidence to suggest that we will.
I hope we win, but yeah, I'm the same. 3 out of 10.
Yep, it's one of those things at the moment, guys. We're on a 5-game losing streak, so it is pretty difficult to come on here and give you all, the magical lay of the land of how we think we're going to win. We just got to try to get back into it any way we can, guys.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that will go ahead and close our Titans Frontline live show for rounds 9 and 10. So we do say thank you very much for being with us. We're back at our regular time, Monday, 5:30 p.m, live all over social media with you next round, hopefully breaking down a win. But hopefully our team just shows a bit of fight for us and gives us something to cheer about this round. That's what we're looking for. Alrighty, guys, Go the Titans. We'll see you then.
Go the Titans.